Hey guys, it's Wolf, and I haven't done a vlog video in a little while. I know that last one I did was about how I said like what you guys think about the PBA season, and this is another video about bowling in general because I want to know what you guys think about the whole bowling world today. Because this video, like it's titled "Is Bowling Dying?" and I'm kind of more like focusing on the Candlepin world just because of the fact that there have been several centers this year alone that have closed already, and I know that one of them was the one that Channel 5 taped on. If you've seen some of the videos on my channel, it's the center that they taped all those shows on from 1986 to 1996. They closed that alley just last month, and there's been a couple other centers that have closed as well around this time period. So I know that the Needham Bowlaway Lake was one of them. Fairway Lanes, obviously, which I just mentioned, which Channel 5 taped in, and also the Sunset Lanes in Newport, New Hampshire, I've heard is recently just closed as well. And they just had an article on like one of the channels here in Boston. I think it's WGBH, I think, and they were talking about like how the whole Candlepin world is like not what it used to be. But I want to know what you guys think, like if bowling itself is in like a critical point in terms of where it is right now, because I honestly think that Candlepin, the way it's going, it's at its all-time low point because there's no TV show right now for Candlepin. Centers are closing left and right. I know that bowling prices are going up almost everywhere that I go to in terms of Candlepin bowling, and one of my friends who's given me a few shows that I post here on my channel, he said that he's been to about over 25 different centers that he's bowled at in the past, like over the last like 20 years, that have actually closed since then, and some have closed like only in the last 10 years or so. Like the majority of them, like from what he posted. So it's kind of scary to think about when you like think about like how many centers have closed in the Candlepin world. I mean, I'm not sure how it is in the Tenpin world, but it's more rare that you actually see a new center opening compared to a center closing, because it seems like every now and then you'll see a center, whether it's Tenpin or Candlepin or Duckpin or any kind of bowling in general for that matter, 5-pin, stuff like that actually closes down compared to actually opening. And it also seems like these new bowling centers that actually do open, if there are any, like it's like a vast majority. It's not like really just a whole bowling scene. It's like they have like restaurants and bars and other stuff to do. Like I know that, well, actually, I can't really think of any new bowling centers that have opened recently, but I do know like the ones that are still doing really strong right now. Like in Boston, I know there's the center called the Kings Bowling Center in Boston, which I posted a couple of videos about that on my channel before, and but they're not really a serious bowling center. They're just a place where most people just go and have a good time, and it's not like meant for league bowling, because if you've seen me bowl there, like in some of my videos, you can't slide in that place. Lanes like are so beat up, and you can't slide. And from what I heard, it's like they just bought their equipment and they kind of hope for the best. I mean, I like the place. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kings is a really nice center to bowl at. Like they have great food, they have great service, and I really do like bowling there because it's a really interesting experience when you bring your own bowling ball there, because the oil is crazy. You can hook your ball from one part of the lane all the way to the other part, and you can get some pretty interesting leads there. So I really like it. I mean, I do recommend Kings in Boston. But if you're looking for a more serious bowling experience like that, they're more like on the lines of people who want to just have a good time and go out with their friends and go bowling, like not for like league bowlers and stuff like that. Because I know that like places like Dover Bowl, which I've been posting on my videos lately in terms of when I go Tenpin bowling, they have their dollar special games like on Mondays and Thursdays, and that's another great bowling center that I always go to now, because they have their specials where it's only $1 a game, and that's almost good all day on Mondays and Thursdays, so that's the only time I actually go up there. And in terms of Candlepin, though, I can't really think of many places that have specials like that, where it's like really cheap to bowl. There is one that I can think of, like Bowl-A-Rama in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, that on Thursdays it's $10 and you get the bowl for 2 straight hours non-stop, and you get like a slice of pizza and a drink with that. And I know that bowling centers are trying to do what they can to make it so that they can attract more customers, but at the same time, it's like with the economy the way it is, I don't think that many people are bowling right now, and it seems to be hurting the bowling world because of it. So I want to know what you guys think. Like, just post a comment. Like, tell me what you think in terms of how you think the bowling world is doing today. Just in general, this could be like either 10-pin or a Candlepin or 5-pin, duck pin, any kind of bowling that you guys do in your area. What do you think is the future for the sport of bowling in your area and across the nation here in the United States and across the world as well? Personally, I think that the way Candlepin is, like in my area, it's probably not going to last much longer if this trend continues to happen with all these centers closing left and right. Because I know there still are a few centers in my area specifically. There's 2 centers that are only a town away from me, so it's nice to have bowling centers, but obviously the nearest 10-pin center is still almost a good 40-minute drive, which is Raymond, New Hampshire, Strikers East, which is also another great bowling alley to go to. But like I've said before, though, like I want to go back to a 10-pin league, like I've said in the videos that I posted where I've been bowling 10-pin. But obviously it's going to be a big commitment if I want to go back to that, and I know that Candlepin. I love the Candlepin game, but it's just getting to the point that, like, there's nothing left in terms of there's no TV show. There's really nothing. You can't. With 10-pin bowling, yeah, you can still make a living doing it. It's really hard. Candlepin, I guess, like back in the day, you could make a living off of it if you were like really good. I know that the championship shows on Channel 5 had a $10,000 first prize, and it's probably not something you could live off of, but at least it's a good chunk of change. It was a good chunk of change back then, and I know that people like Tom Olster really benefited from the Channel 5 show. He made I think over $100,000 just bowling on there, like all together throughout all the years that he was on there, which is really good, obviously. So obviously you could make a living with a Channel 5 show if you were really, really, really good, like Tom Olster was. And I know there were many other good bowlers back in the day, like Paul Berger and like Charlie Dutras, like Rosario Lakiara. If you name a bunch of bowlers, like there's so many good bowlers back in the day that I'm just trying to name a few off the top of my head that it's really hard to think about them. Morgan brothers, Mike and Tom. This is Candlepin bowlers, obviously, but obviously there's a lot of good 10-pin bowlers out there as well, and I really want to see the game of bowling get back to the point where it's really popular again, but with the way the PBA season was, it's just to the point that they were trying to do some desperate stuff to get ratings, like the Vuvuzela thing at the end of the PBA season, which I thought was still, to this day, I think it was the most ridiculous thing they ever did. And I hope they do something different next year, but I still don't think that bowling will be able to get back up there the way it was back in the 60s and 70s, like when it was at its prime, like back then. And I don't think it'll ever be as popular as it was back then. Hopefully it can rebound, but for Candlepin, I don't think it'll rebound anytime soon anyways. I really hope it does rebound, but I'm not getting my hopes up with the way the centers have been closing left and right. Hopefully this is just a low point. Hopefully every single type of bowling will be able to rebound and hopefully become really popular again. I think the economy, the way it is, once it rebounds, gets better. Hopefully more people will start bowling again. So let's just hope that this is just a low point and that it hopefully ends soon. So tell me what you guys think if the sport of bowling, if you think that it's dying off, or if you think that it's just a low point, or if you think it'll rebound or not sooner or later in the future, and what you think the future is of bowling in terms of your area, around this nation and also around the world. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys all later.